In Sanskrit, which is supposed to be the oldest language, was once supposed to be. Max Muller and such scholars, Western scholars, propounded this idea in the beginning, and later on they also revised this idea. This language, Sanskrit, was proved to be a much recent language as compared to Arabic by Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed. And recent philology and philological study and analysis of this language shows it to be very poor in vocabulary. Mostly the language is enlarged, like milkmen in Pakistan unfortunately enlarge the quantity of their milk by adding water, So this language is enlarged by adulteration, by adding a few words and changing their position and syntax and pretext, all these things go into enlarging the true real matter of Sanskrit out of all proportion to its real size. If you collapse it to its roots, then the language would be reduced to a few hundred words or maybe 1,000 words, that's all. So how could it be the oldest? While Arabic roots run into how many thousands? 60,000 or more? About 60,000, I think more. So these are the roots. It takes long time for a thing to grow, and that languages grow. And it's impossible for a language to be recent and yet have grown so profusely. And for another language to be oldest and yet not grow at all. So these are the general rules plus some others which were applied by Hadhrat Mirza Tahir. And for the first time in the world, the attention was drawn to this fact that Arabic is not only the oldest but also the language which was revealed by Allah Himself. And on this so much has been done by Hazrat Sheikh Muhammad Ahmad Sahib of Faisalabad, Pakistan. Originally he belonged to Kabuthala. He has already, I think, rendered about 40 plus languages back to Arabic. He's traced them back to Arabic. And through the principles laid down by Hadhrat Mirza Tahir, he methodically organized them and scientifically arrange them in an order, so that by applying one of the 12 rules which he had deducted from Hadhrat Mirza Tahir, he could solve English, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, all languages, far and wide in between. Yet they have placed his system back all the way. When this is the original language, this is the language chosen by God, ultimately it has to be the world language. I mean, this is my reasoning. So you are quite right, and it's a very intelligent observation of your part. Thank you. Yes, Rashid Sahib. If you come early in the session, the rest will not be given any chance then.
I'll wait, sir.
Huh?
I'll wait.
So alright, you can ask a question or two, and later on if somebody has another word to say.
I'll ask small questions if you like. Instead of asking big ones.
Very long answer you mean? Because you told me last time, we have only two categories. Small questions is big answers, big questions is small answers.
In the Holy Quran, Allah Ta'ala has said, Wallahu ghaniyun wa antumul fuqara. Then in some other place, Allah Ta'ala has said, Fazkuruni azkurukum. Azkurukum. Could you explain these two? Because Allah says that, why should Allah remember us?
Remember you?
Yeah. He says, Wallahu ghaniyun wa antumul fuqara.
So,
So they contradict this, I was thinking.
Where is the contradiction? First you explain that.
Wallahu ghaniyun. Would you kindly explain the meaning of this first, then I will.
What do you understand by this, first of all? Because without understanding it, you couldn't have considered it to be contradictory to anything else. What is your own understanding of this verse, and particularly the word ghani?
This is what I will to explain.
No, this is not what you came here for. You came here to have some contradiction solved and resolved. And that contradiction has not yet been established by you. What appears to be contradictory? I mean, of course I know, you know there is no contradiction in the Holy Quran, but there are things which you have not understood correctly.
Yes, sir.
So you feel, according to your understanding, there is a contradiction. Is that not right?
It's true, yes.
So show me, where is that contradiction?
So Ghaniyun means he is almighty, all-powerful, rich and master of riches and riches.
Ghani also means this, but also means that who is not dependent on anybody else for anything. It does not require the help of anything in any way whatsoever. This is why rich people are called ghani. They depend less on others' favors, because they can go to the market and buy anything. Even human beings are in the market nowadays. So this is why they are called ghani. People come to them for favors and they don't have to go to others for favors, generally speaking. But in many other ways they are also dependent, so they are not true ghani. I mean, they appear to be ghani in some ways, but it's impossible for man to be truly ghani, because in so many respects he has to depend on others' favors. He has to ask favors of others. If he falls ill, even if he pays money, still he goes under favor of the physician who treats him. And I mean, 100 and more than thousands of ways, I can't describe everyone, in which everyone needs in favor of others, remains in favor of others. Remains in the need of favors of others. Right? So, truly this word can only apply to Allah, who owns everything and who does not require anybody's favor whatsoever. At another place he says, if I destroy Ibn Maryam and everything, who can ask me for, who can bring me to question, or who can raise any objection? So that is a way of expressing his total independence from everything he has created. So this is ghani. Now, understanding this correctly, what is the objection? Not objection, what is it?
My request was, Allah Ta'ala, as He said, He is ghani. Why should He remember us? We are to remember Him. Waskuruni azkurukum. Faskuruni azkurukum.
Right, now I follow what you mean. You mean to say that when he is ghani, why should he ask us to remember him? Is that what you want to know? No, or the other way around?
Other way around.
Why he should remember us?
Yes.
Huh? You mean a ghani shouldn't remember anybody else? Why? Why not?
So we are His creation, you see, it's up to us to remember Him. Master shouldn't remember his servant.
No. Is this how you treat your servant? What a poor treatment that is. You know, how ghani comes into being. You have totally forgotten the first lesson which I gave you. A ghani is a person